The days are longer, the nights are shorter, the sun is shining.
It's noticeably warmer.
Summer, every single moment is worth its weight in gold.
Well, Swampy and I were writing on a show together about 16 years ago now, and 1993, and we wanted to continue to write together. So we were trying to come up with another show idea to do that.
We thought, here's a simple idea. We'll create another show, sell the show, and keep working together.
And then it just took 14 years. But I actually drew the first Phineas on some butcher paper on a table in a restaurant where they give you a little can of crayons to doodle while you're waiting for your food. That's where I drew the first Phineas, and I brought it to work the next day and said, I actually tore it out, took it home, and brought it to work the next day. We tried to make the show different than the other shows we were seeing on the air at the time. A lot of the kids' shows had a lot of sort of mean humor, a lot of snarky humor it's the easy place to go to the mean place.
If they had a lesson at the end, it was always really, it hit you over the head with the lesson, and
but there were people behaving really badly throughout, and we try to make none of the characters, except maybe Doofenshmirtz, behave badly, and he's really not evil as much as just trying to get attention, so.
He is.
Yeah, he's a sad guy.
We just decided that we should do something too that was, that was really intelligent and wasn't targeted at kids. We just made the show to make ourselves laugh, and then didn't include anything we thought might be inappropriate.
Yeah, we always try to just make it funny for ourselves, and we're big enough kids that I feel like most of the stuff that we laugh at, kids will laugh at too.
I have to say, we have a lot of help. We got a crew that one could only dream of. And they have come up with so much stuff and taken our characters in places that, quite frankly, we never imagined when we first started the show. And that's been really exciting and kind of rewarding to see these characters that we created, watch people take them and really surprise you with them. Yeah. So we're lucky.
I don't think that there's like a finite number of ideas that any person has. I think that the more different ideas you come up with in a subject, it's sort of like you're stretching muscles, and it becomes easier to come up with more ideas and more ideas. When they first said we were doing 16 episodes for first season, we were like, 16 episodes? That's like 32 stories. How are we going to come up with 32 stories? And now we've done like almost 100 episodes, so it becomes easier as it goes.
Inside, I'm sure.
He's been panicking since for 5 years.
Missy, heart, Missy, heart. Make a heart-shaped hand for a heart-shaped world. Come on an adventure with 4 heart-loving girls. A heart drop here and a heart drop there. Be a good friend and show that you care. Laugh out loud, live out loud, love out loud. Whoa. Laugh out loud, live out loud, love out loud.
Phineas and Ferb are trying to make every day of their summer vacation the best day ever.
Yes.
And their sister Candace is trying to get Mom to see what they're doing, not because she dislikes them, but because she believes that if she were to do the same thing, she would definitely get in trouble. So it's only fair that they should. And then, of course, we have
the evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz fighting Perry the platypus, and that always comes around and affects the other stories. The boys are going to find out that he's actually a secret agent, and Phineas is not okay with that. He actually gets angry for the first time, I think, ever in the series, and because he feels like his pet has lied to him his whole life.
And they go on an adventure to save both the second dimension and their dimension from the truly effective and marginally more evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz from the second dimension, while they're still trying to repair their relationship.
We don't sleep.
It just kept happening, and we kept moving forward. If we thought about it for too long, it probably would have overwhelmed us. We just kept going.
Well, you got like a 7 or 8 day shoot versus 10 months of an animated show. We write the show through writing the show, through it getting on the air, it's about 10 months. So it's sort of like having a baby every week.
Only we don't get an epidural.
Well, I think it's really important. There's so much available to kids. It's like I see kids playing the video game on their DS all the time, and we're coming out with a Wii game. We've got the Disney Live show.
What amazed me in the early days is how quickly all of this stuff started being shared on the internet in all different forms, and I really thought I was fairly internet savvy, but I became aware of avenues for sharing this stuff with each other that I wasn't aware of at all, or had no idea of the scope or size of this whole other world. And that was really exciting. So we're starting to see and now get to play with all these different avenues that kids have, digitally.
We're just trying to make the best story possible the way we would have done it had all this other stuff not been there. But it's nice to know that stuff is there for exploiting, for lack of a better word.
On the smallest level, there's gags that we may have let go before, but we've actually said it in the room pitching. Somebody will go, yeah, but that's going to end up on the internet. And you think, yeah, probably will. Let's leave it in. It's one of those quirky, weird clips that you just think somebody's going to use that.
Yeah, just the advent of DVR means that you can put a gag in a background, and somebody is going to pause it and read that sign.
And they do.
And they do. Just coming to work every day and trying to make each other laugh is, it's like that's what we would be doing if we were unemployed. We'd just be, hey Swampy, why don't you come over? We'll draw some silly pictures. It's a good gig.
Still get to work with him. Something we tried for 14 years, and it's awesome.
The days are longer, the nights are shorter, the sun is shining.
It's now the Sunday morning.